Chelsea's next match, Manchester City. Here's a look at their last meeting, the FA Cup semi-final, back on April 17th. Of course, won by Chelsea in that match, 1-0. Jan, how do you feel about Chelsea's top four chances looking ahead to Manchester City?
Well, it's a very interesting game. So there's a lot of talk about Manchester City securing their title, but it's also a big game for Chelsea. It turns a bit around now with Spurs and West Ham and Liverpool can come close to them. Two teams that were very impressive at the Champions League semi-final. And there is so much into this game between Manchester City and Chelsea as well. It's a dress rehearsal for the Champions League final. Pep will try how much of his magic should he put out. Will he give Aguero a great sending off in the last games of the season? So it's going to be interesting between two great managers, two managers who always have their mind games, their tactical games, and this is a big one. And but Chelsea are not sure yet. They have to do it, and the great win against Real Madrid doesn't secure them Champions League place for next season. Just secure them a Champions League final position. So it's going to be one heck of a game. This.
Craig, how do you think Pep Guardiola will approach this? As Jan mentioned, City can very well clinch the league, but this is a much bigger match for Chelsea.
Yeah, and there'll be no sentiment. And first and foremost, I agree with Jan in terms of it's a shame, really, that two of the greatest players in this generation of English football are going to be seen off at some point with no fans, literally no fans. That was David Silva and Sergio Aguero, whose time at City is coming to an end. Two of the greatest imports to this game in the last 20 years. But look, in terms of the match, yes, there's a Premier League title on the line here, which City will either win at the weekend or eventually win. But he doesn't want this Chelsea side, and these City players don't want this Chelsea side and this Chelsea manager getting back-to-back wins against them, because that's going to throw a few gremlins in the heads of everyone at City in terms of the Champions League final that Jan mentioned. So we know Chelsea have been really well organised. We know what Tuchel's approach has been. He's been super successful so far. The players have taken it on board, and they deservedly are in the final. Now, if they can get back-to-back wins against City, what a shot in the arm that is for them going into the game on the 29th of May, wherever the hell it's going to be played, who knows. And so that's a big thing for Chelsea. Not only that, but to try and cement a place in the top four. So there is a lot still to play for here. We know City are going to win the league at some point, but there's more than just that for them, and it's certainly more than just a win for Chelsea.
Without the team sheets, it's obviously, Stevie, a difficult question to answer, but looking ahead to Saturday, who do you think wins, City or Chelsea?
I'm going to go City. You know, when you play a side back-to-back so quickly, generally there's not a team that wins both games. And City will be absolutely all out to get Chelsea. And I wouldn't be shocked if it was the exact same team, maybe other than the goalkeeper, that lost that semi-final, because that would be great motivation. Plus, you know that Pep's going to rotate, so I'm going to go with City.
Jan, you agree?
Well, I think I will go with Chelsea. I think that the way they beat Real Madrid, the intensity in midfield, the passion they have in their game at the moment with Havertz and the rest of the offensive boys. So I think that this could be a thing. And Tuchel know all about these mind games, and to underline the point of Craig, I mean, taking that into a Champions League final, this could be massive. And the semi-finals, they were the better side. And I will go for Chelsea.
Craig?
Didn't City just win back-to-back games against PSG?
Yes.
All right. I thought Stevie said it was hard.
So does that mean you're taking Chelsea?
No. I'm just saying, Mr.
What's he talking about?
I'm just saying,
Well,
Mr.
he just lost to
Negative in the
Chelsea.
studio, who can't even get Liverpool to win back-to-back games when Leicester have thrown them thrown some bait out there. They've just beaten PSG in back-to-back games.
What are you talking? I wonder what you were talking about there. What a lot of nonsense. I was talking about Chelsea when Chelsea City played last week, 10 days ago. When you play so tight together, there's very rarely back-to-back winner. That's what I was talking about. Clever clogs.
Yeah, well, Man City have just gone back-to-back against PSG and
But
beaten
they're
them.
not playing PSG at the weekend. They're playing Chelsea.
I've lost complete control of this show, or
He's
what
not.
sense we're talking about. Did we get a pick out of Craig? Craig, who you got on Saturday?
Man City.
Why?
I still don't understand his point. His point is if you go play teams back-to-back,
Seriously?
you rarely see teams winning. Man City have just
Seriously?
played PSG back-to-back.
When they play the same team, particularly in your own domestic league, then very
Man City
rarely...
have just played the same team. They
Then
played Paris
very
Saint-Germain.
rarely... Also, Paris Saint-Germain playing the domestic league, do they?
No, but that's a back-to-back fixture.
So you try to be clever now. You know exactly what I'm talking
not trying
about.
to be clever. You said...
When you play a team,
You said
when you play a team so quickly, straight after the first game, generally, there's not the same winner twice.
Right.
All you need
unless
is
you're playing
love.
PSG, obviously.
Well, I'm just pointing out that Man City just beat PSG
You're just
twice.
trying to be clever.
I think
all
Jan
you
singing
Alright,
is
then.
probably the most appropriate way for us
Man
to
City-
end
All you
this
need
segment.
is love, love.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.